Okay, and I am here joining you guys with another Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And today's sketch is by Sarah Davies. I was so excited to do this sketch because it's another one of those blank canvases, very little interpretation as far as embellishments. And so I love these sketches. It's basically permission to play and get creative. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is sharing with you guys the floral pieces that I picked out. Now these pieces were from the Sunkissed collection by Pretty Little Studio. And these flowers are just so beautiful. They're almost like a watercolor flower, which I think is what they're called, is the watercolor or something or another. I have two little scraps left over from my popcorn paper by Pretty Little Studio's Sunkissed collection, as well as a couple pieces left over from the embellishment pack. I can't remember exactly what that one was called, to be honest, but I've got some clouds from the cloud pack, stars from the star pack, another flower that came from the same flower pack as the pinkish flowers, and then this beautiful bird also came with the, I think it's a hummingbird, came with the beautiful flowers as well. Now I pulled out this, what is it called again? I pulled it out for the tiny little hearts, and then I don't end up using it. So I was just sharing it with you guys to share it with you guys. A viewfinder, that's what it's called. I also have this word favorite. I plan on cutting off the other extra words. I have this blue water piece that I thought would be kind of cool to use as a photo mat since my daughter is wearing her swimsuit. And portraying that she was in the water. I have this other scrap from 49 and Market, this beautiful green that matches this beautiful floral pack. Again, it's Pretty Little Studios. This is the flower garden paper from the Sunkissed collection. Now from Thickers or American Crafts, I have this collection Goldie, which is a baby girl set. And I thought about using this word princess. Now, is the title true that, I can favor one daughter over another? But when it comes to princesses, I have to say that Kyrie's the only one. My other daughter's not very princess-like in her own way. She's more like, I don't know. She's more like, she hides her princess really well, but when she needs to pull it out, she pulls it out. How's that? So anyways, I went to my stash and pulled out this white cardstock, and the white cardstock had like an embossed floral piece on it. You don't get to see it, but I was just sharing that with you guys. And then I'm going to trim up these beautiful papers, the florals and the green, into the strips that Sarah has on her sketch. So I'm just going to strip it along. I'm guessing at the sizes. I really didn't look to measure, how thick pieces were. I knew I didn't want too thick a piece or anything like that. I am going to use the green as my circle bit. Just making sure that I can get a full circle going all the way around. And my paper started turning with me because 49 and Market's paper is super thick. At first, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to actually cut it, but I persisted, and yes, it is uber super thick. So I don't want my green pieces to match with my floral pieces, so I'm trying to make them either skinnier or fatter, just as long as they're not the same size, because then I feel like this design won't work. So for my cardstock, I do have this little tiny strip at the top from where it came from a paper pad. I'm not exactly sure what kind or who manufactures this cardstock, but it did come from a pad, and so it had the perforation, and I do not like tearing out at the perforation. For one, it could accidentally tear off too much, like rip down into your 12 by 12. And two, then you've got a jagged edge either up at the top or down on the side or at the bottom or on the other side, right? Depending on which way you flip your paper. So I personally don't like that. So I tear it at the top where it's glued into the pad, and then I take my trimmer and trim off that right behind the perforation, which leaves it a little shy of 12 inches. So what I usually do is put that up and down, like the 12-inch side up at the top. So that way I can still work with the 12-inch wide. But honestly, I don't think you're going to miss 1/8 of an inch. I certainly don't. Can you tell it's not square? I can't. Anyways, so what I'm doing is I am getting my strips. Now I've noticed that Sarah's strips, some of them go all the way down and some of them go somewhat down, and she just makes a beautiful cluster of all of these strips. And I love the breakup of the green. that goes through the strips so that way the flowers aren't really dominating. So I'm trying to just scatter out everything so that way it all blends really well, looks really well, and still defines her sketch. What I should have done, and this is a forethought, thinking of it like right now, I should have actually did some outlining, like black outlining around my floral papers, so that way it defined them even more. But in the end, I really like how this turns out. I went hog wild on these flowers because they just remind me of my little girl. In all honesty, she is a true princess. She is as soft as a flower. She is as delicate as a flower. I mean, if anything, this speaks my daughter to a T. And so I just really wanted to go crazy with all of these beautiful flowers. I really did. So I'm going to tuck my flowers in around some of the strips that I put on. And then I'm also going to put some flowers over on the right of the photo where the, giant green circle is. And then I wanted to add a few flowers down in this little strip. And I'm going to put a subtitle of just sunshine down there because they're actually at grandma's wedding, and she had a camping wedding. So they did it in the outdoors, and then they camped overnight, and then they left in the morning. So after the wedding, the kids all went swimming. Some of them went hiking up in the mountains. It was just a really good outdoor excursion, and it was perfect for the couple that was getting married. It really was. And it was my husband's mom who got married. So it was just so fun. I had plans and I couldn't go to the wedding. So hubby took the pictures for me. So I had something to document, which is great because normally he just forgets. And I just get to hear from the kids, and I don't get to document anything. All right, so what I'm doing now is I want my flowers to look like they're really 3D, but I didn't want to 3D everything. So I'm just taking a little bit of foam and tucking it on the edges of my flower, and then everything else is glued down into the strips, and everything is glued directly to the paper. I did tuck in a few stars just because I thought, the color being brought in helps spread the rest of the color in, even though I really wanted to use hearts on the layout because I had my little tiny hearts. But when I started scattering my little hearts around, they actually got lost. And so that's why I decided, I don't want to waste my hearts on this layout. Not that it would have been a waste, but if I can't see them, then nobody would notice them. And then it would be kind of wasteful. I want to use them on a layout where they'll be seen and noticed, or at least admired, because of the fact that it's a tiny little addition and how super cute. But if they got lost, then nobody would even notice them, and it would just be, for naught. So anyways, I'm using glue dots behind my little puffy stars. I got these cute little puffy stars in my birthday envelope from Susan. And I have to say, I think the only thing I have left from my birthday envelope are some really deep, dark blue pearls. So I'm super excited that I just laid it out to the side or in front of me, and I was able to remember that it was there and use it all up. I loved that fact. I really did. So I'm going to finish off my little subtitle down here that says sunshine, because like I said, they are in the sunshine. And I ripped off the stem of one of the flowers because it stuck out down a little bit too far. I like bringing the yellow all the way across because it really feeds into the sunshine that I'm trying to portray. And then, of course, I'm going to add this gold princess word, and I'm going to add in the word favorite. So it's going to be my favorite princess. Now, it's not my favorite child. I'm sure she's not my favorite child. It's not portraying that she's my favorite child. It's just portraying that she's our princess. She really is. And it's kind of funny when we've all got little nicknames for our kids. I've got 2 nicknames. Well, I've got each of my boys have a nickname, and then Kyrie has a nickname. Cora was the only one, she's my oldest daughter, she's the only one that doesn't have a nickname, in all honesty, because I don't know. It just seemed like life with her was so short. And then I've got all, a house full of kids and she's gone. And, it just, I don't know why I never got a nickname for her. I used to just call her Little One because she never really grew up. Don't tell her I said that. Anyways. And I'll share those photos with you guys soon too, to prove that my oldest never really grew up. So Little One is a perfect nickname for her, and that's the one I used to call her. All right, you guys. So I scattered some gold hearts around the layout, which I love a lot more because then I don't have just this one word princess that's gold and nothing else on the layout. So I really did like incorporating a little bit more. Plus I got to use the hearts I was looking for. It just wasn't the tiny little white hearts because they just disappeared, in all honesty. So I'm really happy with the addition of the gold, and I love how this layout looks. Like I said, I love layouts like this that are totally open to interpretation. They don't tell me where the title goes. They don't tell me what kind of like flowers or hearts or stars. They didn't tell me the embellishments that should be on it. Just little clusters here and there, and I just love it. So Sarah, thank you so much for an amazing sketch to work with. I had a blast playing with it and getting creative with it. So same usual spiel. Don't forget about all the links that I have down below. They are for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. One link is for her amazing Facebook group and community that she's built over on Facebook. And the other one is the playlist for those of us sharing our interpretation of the sketches here on YouTube. So go check out those links, and I'll check you guys all later. Bye.